Hey guys. Okay, today we're going to be doing lesson number 16. This is the last lesson in module number 1. So the plan is for next Friday to be your test. We'll review Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Lesson 16 is going to be on solving word problems using decimal operations. So we might be adding, we might be subtracting, we might be multiplying, we might be dividing. It all depends. Okay, we're going to start with question number 1. And question number 1 here says that Mr. Fry distributed $126 equally among his 4 children for their weekly allowance. How much money did each child receive? So we're going to take that $126 and we need to divide it by our 4 children. Mr. Fry is pretty nice. I wish he was my dad. 4 cannot go into 1. 0. 0 times 4 is 0. Subtract, bring down the 2. Now we have 12. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. Subtract, bring down the 6. 4 goes into 6 once, which gives me 4. Subtract, we have a 2. Got to add a decimal point and a 0. 4 goes into 20 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. Subtract, and we're left with nothing. Notice that we have $31.50. Miss Testa, I'm recording a video. Our special guest today is Miss Testa. Is 31.5, but we cannot leave it like that since it's money, so we add a 0 at the end. So it means that $31.50 is what each child gets for an allowance. That's not bad for a week. Okay, says John, the oldest child, paid his siblings to do his chores. If John pays his allowance equally to his brother and 2 sisters, how much money will each sibling have received in all? Okay, so this one's a little bit more complicated. John would make $31.50, but he's going to pay his brother and 2 sisters. So he's going to divide that by 3. 3 goes into 3 once. Bring down the 1. 3 cannot go into 1, so that's a 0. Bring down the 5. 3 goes into 15 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15. Subtract. 3 goes into 0, 0. Put your decimal point back in. So that means that John is going to give each of his siblings $10.50. So if his siblings originally make $31.50, then we're going to add on another $10.50 that John gives each of them. When we add, we line up the decimal points. 5 and 5 is 10, 1 and 1 is 2, 3 and 1 is 4. So that means each sibling is going to make $42, and John makes nothing. But he didn't have to do his chores. Okay, number 2. Ava is 23 centimeters taller than Olivia. And Olivia is half the height of Lucas. If Lucas is 1.78 centimeters tall, how tall are Ava and Lucas? Okay, so the way that I'm going to do this, sorry to all of you that did not like the tape diagrams, but this is where it comes in pretty handy. We have Ava. We have Olivia. And we have Lucas. Okay, it says Ava is 23 centimeters taller than Olivia. So if this is Olivia, Ava's the same plus 23 centimeters because Ava is 23 centimeters taller. Olivia is half the height of Lucas. So if Olivia is half the height of Lucas, there's 1 and then 2. And we know that Lucas is going to be 1.78 meters. How tall are Ava and Olivia in centimeters? So the first thing that we're going to do, centa is 100, which means we're going to move this over 2 places. That means it's 178 centimeters. So Luca's 178 centimeters tall. So from here to here is 178. Now we want to find one of them. So we're going to take that 178 and divide it by 2. 178 divided by 2, 0. 2 goes into 17 8 times, which gives me 16. Subtract. 2 goes into 18 9 times, which is exactly 18. So now we know that this is 89. And if Ava's the same, this is 89. Now we need to add them up. So here we're going to do 89 plus 23, 9, 10, 11, 12, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we know that Ava is 112 centimeters. Olivia is 89 centimeters. And Lucas is 178 centimeters. Number 3. Mr. Howard can buy a computer with a down payment of $510 and 8 monthly payments of $35.75. If he pays cash for the computer, the cost is $699.99. How much money will he save if he pays cash for the computer instead of paying for it in the monthly installments? Okay, so let's do over here. We're going to do installments. Okay, so we know that he has to pay $510. And then he's going to do 8 payments of $35.75. So we're going to multiply that by 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 7 or 7 times 8 is 56. 57, 58, 59, 60. 8 times 5 is 40 plus 6 is 46. 8 times 3 is 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Over 2, over 0. So we got to go over 2, which means he's going to pay $286 for just the 8 monthly payments. So now we're going to add together the 510 and the $286. 0, 0, 6, 9, 7. So if he does the monthly installments, is going to be $796. Now we want to see how much he'll save. So we're going to take that $796 and we're going to subtract from it $699.99. Okay, first thing we're going to do is borrow from the 6. That becomes a 5. Makes this into a 10. Got to make that into a 9. Now make this a 10. We get a 1, 0, decimal point, borrow 8, 15. 15 minus 9, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 7 takes 6, makes that an 18, makes that a 9. So he should save, which is correct, $96.01. So Mr. Hauer would save $96.01 if he paid cash. Brandon mixed 6 and 83 pounds of cashews with 3 and 57 pounds of pistachios. After filling up 6 bags that were the same size with the mixture, he had 3,500 pounds of nuts left. What was the weight of each bag? Use a tape diagram to show your calculations. Okay, so we've got Brandon's mixture. We know first that he has 6 and 83 pounds of cashews. We know second that he has 3 and 57 pounds of pistachio. And then we want to put that mixture into bags. And it said it was 6 bags. So bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, bag 4, bag 5, and bag 6. And at the end, he has 3,500 of a pound left. So he didn't use it all. Okay? So the first thing we got to do, add together our pistachios and our cashews. So we get 6.83 with 3 and 57 We're going to add those together. Gives me 10. 8 and 9 is 10. Or 8 and 1 is 9. Plus 5 is 14. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he has 1040. Then, since he has 0.35 pounds left over, we're going to do 1040 minus the 3,500. Remember lining out those decimal points. So we have 5, 0.10. So we have 10 and 500. That is the amount that we need to fit into the 6 bags, the 10.05. So what we're now going to do, and I'm going to extend the page a little bit so we can see it. We need to take 6 and see how many times it can go in. 6 cannot go into 1. 6 can go into 10 once, which gives me 6. 4, bring down the 0. Don't forget that decimal point. 6 goes into 40 6 times, which is 36. Left over 4. Bring down the 5. 6 times 7 is 42. 5 minus 2 is 3. Got to add another 0. 6 times 5 is 30. And we're done. So, I don't remember his name. Brandon put 1 and 675 thousandths of a pound in each bag. Whew, that was a tough one. Okay, number 6, also known as number 5. The bakery bought 4 bags of flour containing 3 and 5/10 kilograms each 475 thousandths kilograms of flour is needed to make a batch of muffins, and 65 hundredths kilograms is needed to make a loaf of bread. If 4 batches of muffins and 5 loaves of bread are baked, how much flour will be left? Give your answer in kilograms. Okay, so first thing, 4 bags of flour containing 3.5. So 3 and 5/10 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 4, 8, 12, 14 over 1. So we have 14 kilograms of flour. We know that to start. It says 475 thousandths kilograms of flour is needed to bake a batch of muffins. And we're making 4 batches. So 0.475 times 4 batches. 5 times 4 is 20. 7 times 4 is 28, 29, 30. 4 times 4 is 16, 17, 18, 19. Over 3 over 3. So it's 1.9 kilograms for the muffins. 5 loaves of bread. So our bread was, anybody see our bread? 0.65. And we're going to do that times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 5 is 30, 31, 32. Over 2, over 2. So we have 3.25 kilograms for our bread. How much flour will be left? So we started with 14, and we're going to take 1.9 away. So that becomes a 3 and a 10. 1, 2, 1. So now I have 12.1. Then we're going to take away another 3.25. Add a 0. Okay, so this becomes a 0. This becomes a 10. Makes that 5. We cannot do this. Becomes a 1. That becomes a 10. An 8. 1 becomes a 0. That becomes an 11. Okay, so we end up with 8.85. And that's kilograms of flour left. And the next question says, the remaining flour is stored in bins that hold 3 kilograms each. How many bins will be needed to store the flour? So what we're going to need to do is take that 3 and divide it into 8 and 85 hundredths. 3 goes into 8 twice, which gives me 6. 2, 8. 9 times 3 is 27. 1, 5. 5 times 3 is 15. And we're done at our decimal point. So we are going to need 2.95 bins. We can't have 95 hundredths of a bin. So we will need 3 bins to store the remaining flour. Even though we only have 2 and 95 hundredths, we need 3 so we have enough room for all of it. Okay guys, remember no school Monday, and I'll see you on Tuesday. And please remember, who was our special guest?